My name is Corky, and the company is Dynico Roofing. So we're located in McHenry. The areas that we kind of do is like McHenry County, Lake County, and then in Wisconsin, too, parts of Wisconsin. So I was asked to join the group, and I was kind of hesitant because, I didn't care for, what the chamber, it just felt like you go to these mixers and everyone kind of just do their little niche with their group of people they knew or just pass out business cards. I felt this may be the same thing, so even in the first meeting I was kind of like, I didn't want to go. At that time everything was kind of in person. It's a little different today in the COVID world, but I kind of went. The first or second time, I was still a little uncomfortable, but then I got to start knowing, 18, 20 different people, and it just became a little easier, and then it was like, oh, this is different than, what a regular chamber would be. Well, so to explain why it's different is that I used to go to like a lot of different things out of state or seminars, or even with our vendors, they would have us go to different things where it would be like a learning thing. So it'd be someone that was a master in sales or in business. It was a learning thing. That's what I kind of like. So when I got into the PPP, it was really interesting to me because we talked about different topics. It wasn't just, hey, how do you get more business? How do you get leads? It was like, this is maybe how you can be found on Google. This is what you maybe should do, as far as when preparing for off-season, for training, things like that, or if just even running a business in general. There's just a lot of questions, and that there's new businesses and there's businesses that have been in here a long time. So there's just the learning experiences, is just vast, because there's ones that start out and they don't know how to do this, where you can pull someone that's been in business for 30 years and they can kind of guide you and help you, figure things out. So that's what I kind of like about it. Last week they were talking about how every job that his guys were going to for that week was a PPP lead. And it was someone that I know, it's been in the construction, and I told him for months and months and months, I said, you have to come and try this out. You just have to come and look. I said, I'm telling you, it's the real thing. He went do it. I think it was like the fifth or sixth time. And I'm like, I just really got on his case. I'm like, would you just try it once? And he's probably the biggest cheerleader of them all. And and he's been in business a long time, so he's kind of more old school. It's like, trying something new or different. It's usually it's like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do this and that. But he'll swear up and down by this group now. So I wasn't really much of a Facebook being on there and whatnot. I was trying to be found on Google. But now, because it's like building a brand, a name, so every time that, Dynico Roofing gets put out on Facebook, or someone, says, hey, I use that company and they're a good company, it's more of an audience that gets to see my name. So, you try to do it on the aspect of like Google and things like that, but for here, as far as networking and the social part of it, I was non-existent before, and now it's like yeah, I've heard that company, or I've seen that company, and that's really helped us out a lot. So we just don't do full replacements; we do repairs too, and the repair part has just grown, by a lot just because of this group. Yeah.